Okay, they're wanting to talk about the energetics of compassion and how the frequency of compassion is very similar to the energy of gratitude, where when we're in this gracious place and open to loving everything around us, it's very similar frequency to compassion. And they're saying, tutu, they're saying that compassion is really the forefront of opening up this clear channel within ourselves. And they're really highlighting each of our chakras can blast open and we can feel the flow of the universe. And with this, the compassion for ourselves and for others is then amplified into gratitude, into abundance. And compassion can be one of those key elements that leads us to that abundance. They're really highlighting that the abundance codes that we are all seeking, that we are asking to receive, your guides are like, they're already there. They're already there. However, you've forgotten how to access them. And so it's within this remembrance of, I wish to access them through the emotions and through the experience of compassion. So how can you have more compassion for yourself? Where do you need to soften into where you're receiving compassion for yourself? And how can you open up the doors to have compassion for other people and other beings? And they're really honoring the experience of other people. Yes, okay. So they're wanting to give an example of, say somebody is acting up and say a family member is acting up and they are acting in a way that is really triggering, it's maybe even hurtful to you, to other people. They're wanting to bring that consciousness to honoring that the inner child in that person is really acting from this wounded place, almost like they're throwing a tantrum, right? And when a child is throwing a tantrum, what they actually need is love. They need that compassion. They need to be held. And so how can you hold that person through their experience, even if their experience doesn't make any sense to you? But really honoring that the compassion for showing up for them is also gonna feed you as well. And recognizing that when you are able to love them as they are, that the compassion will lead to more abundance in your heart. And how that abundance ends up showing up is really through the experiential openness of all that you are creating. So opening your heart to not just what you think you're creating, right, in this physical world, but the bigger picture of what you're creating in connection to the divine. So the divine might come in and you think you're creating one thing, but the divine is also creating with you. And so it leads you down this other path. And so they're bringing that energy into the compassion for other people, because the more that you are able to create that space and that experience and hold this safe space for other people, the more doors and opportunities are opening for you, because that person can give you their open heart. They feel safe and held. So what can open for them? And so that is where your power lies. That is where your truth and your center can open up, because you're then not only holding that compassion for yourself, but you're letting each and every person receive themselves where they are, without judgment, without your beliefs on top of them. You're just holding them. And that is what we're here to do. That is how we exemplify the compassion and open up all of these other channels of abundance.